And the interesting thing was that many years later, when I became a monk in the Vedanta society, and I read about the background of the Star Wars, do you know there's a relationship between Vedanta and Star Wars?
Yeah.
Yes, there is. It's very interesting. George Lucas, when he was thinking about the movie he wanted to make way back in the 1970s, he had a friend called Joseph Campbell, who was a well-known author. He wrote the book on mythology. And he was a disciple of Swami Nikhilananda of the New York Vedanta Society. He was in the New York Vedanta Society, so Joseph Campbell used to go to him, and George Lucas consulted Joseph Campbell about the movie, and Joseph Campbell gave him a lot of ideas, many of them drawn from Vedanta. And he told him there is something called Brahman, which pervades the entire universe. It's consciousness, it is a power, and it's a force which pervades the entire universe. And George Lucas, I am imagining this, he wrote it down. Okay, Brahman, difficult word, force. Okay, I get it, the force. And that becomes the force. That I'm imagining, but he got many of those ideas. Many of the ideas, if you read Vedanta, you will find a lot of similarities. And even other things which people have not noticed. It seems, I don't know if you have seen the other movie, it seems that in the second or third movie, there's something like the students, those who are learning the force, they're called Padwans. And they have long tufts of hair. When they become a master, the tuft of hair is, they cut it off. And that's exactly how a person becomes a monk. For 10 years you're a student with wearing a white dress and having a tuft of hair. When you become a Swami, you cut that off, put it in the sacrificial fire. Now, it can't be a coincidence. That can't be a coincidence. That's too much of similarity to be a coincidence, so on. So Vedanta is there in strange ways in American life too. Nowadays the Force and Yoda and Luke Skywalker, all those things are words many Americans know. Or people all around the world, they know these words.
Yeah.
And there are strange links with Vedanta. Like the Force, there is a tremendous power which I want to share with you all, especially the children today. Actually, there are these three powers which we all have and we don't know about it. You have it, I have it, we all have it, we don't know about it. And I want to share this with you. Vivekananda tells us, it's Vivekananda, he tells us about it. What are these three powers? First, the greatest power that we all have is the power of concentration. Power of what, Anushka? Concentration. Okay, she's listening. The power of concentration. You see, our minds have this power of focusing on something. If you're studying something, you're listening to something, you are doing some work, it can focus. Or you can scatter it. Unfortunately, in today's world, when we have computers and internet and the mobile and the music systems and everything, our mind is scattered in so many different directions. A mind gets powered by focus. A mind gets powered by focus. We have only limited resources. You know what? I'm talking to you and you're listening to me. If a person next to you starts talking to you and I'm talking to you, it's kind of irritating. You can't understand what's going on. If two people talk to you at the same time, you notice that? That's because our minds don't have the bandwidth, the capacity to process so much information at the same time. We need to do one thing at a time. So you need to listen to this guy, you can tell the other guy, you shut up now, let me listen to this guy, then I'll listen to you. So our minds need to focus. To be able to do something, we need to focus. And in today's world, with so much of distraction, computers, I'm not against computers, I love computers. In fact, when I became a monk, I joined in the Ramakrishna Mission. He read it out to the Deoghar, it's a school, Deoghar Vidyapith. And I was the first they were part of a team of monks who introduced computers for the children. And I remember, and those were computers you would never use. They were like, you would find them worse than toys, the little things. I remember a senior monk asking me, for whom do you want these computers? I said, for the children. But he said, what with children? So it's for all children, for all the kids. And he says, no. For those who love to read, who already like reading books and studying, don't give them these machines. Let them study. They've got the library, they've got the textbook, they've got storybooks, they've got encyclopedias. Let them do that. Those kids you find who are not so interested in studies, who are not getting the taste for learning, you can use computers with pictures and sound and text and all everything to teach them. In those days, those computers were like really boring, you wouldn't, today you'll find it very silly. But still, now that was a point which I appreciated much later. That sometimes technology makes it easy for us, like spoon feeding, but if you spoon feed long enough, the person forgets how to eat for himself or herself. If you give pre-digested food long enough, the body forgets how to digest food. So if I learn with hypertext, pictures, sounds, movies, and what the computer does is, the internet does is, these links are there from one to another. That's how the mind operates. Have you noticed how we think? Our thoughts jump from one thing to another. You're thinking about one thing now, and then the Swami comes, you're thinking about Vedanta, now he talks about Star Wars, you think about Star Wars, and now you think, when will I go to see it? And you're out. You're sitting here, you are here, but you do not hear.
Yeah.
That's what happens. The mind jumps from one thing to another. And the internet is designed in such a cunning way, it also jumps along with your mind. Whatever you want, you click that, you go there to the next page. You click that, you go to the next page. You start with a Vedanta page, you end up with a Star Wars page. Because the computer follows that. The internet is designed in that way. It's called, we used to call it hypertext earlier, but now I think terms have changed. Because of that, the mind, it forgets to focus. It forgets to concentrate. I remember, it's much later I realized that the ability to read at a stretch, hold a book, read for hours together, finish a book, it's something that all of us, we had. All of your parents had, but many of the new generation, I see that they do not. Because it's much easier, much more entertaining to sit with a computer and see movies and pictures and all that. So the power to focus is a great power we have. Any great task that you want to accomplish, anything that you want to do, you need to bear down. Often I see, not just kids, grown-up people too, they're doing 2 or 3 things at the same time. What are you doing? Multitasking, Swami. It's a new word, multitasking. I'm doing many things at the same time. Why are you doing that? Because I'm so busy, I don't have time. I read this article on multitasking in a Time magazine a few years ago. And they say, psychologists have found that by multitasking, actually our work efficiency goes down. If you take up one task at a time and quickly finish it, and go on to the next task, actually you accomplish much more than by doing half a dozen things at the same time. People make mistakes, they keep coming back to that thing again to complete it, repeating it, correcting it. They could have finished it earlier. So, doing one thing at a time might be slightly boring at first, but is a better way of studying, of doing anything like that. Swami Vivekananda, for example, had tremendous powers of concentration. Once, he was sitting in his room in Belur Math, where he used to live, and he had these books. That was before computers and iPads and laptops, and so all these Encyclopedia Britannica. There's a story that one of his disciples, Sharatchandra, he went up to his room and saw Swami reading as an encyclopedia. And Sharatchandra asked him, so many big books, it's impossible for a human being to finish all these books in one lifetime. And the Swami replied, what are you saying? I have already gone through 9 of these volumes. I'm on the 10th. You can ask me anything from those 9 volumes. 9 volumes of an encyclopedia. And Sharatchandra did not take him at his word. So he took out the books and he started opening them and, Swami, tell me this. Swami, tell me that. And the Swami answered Swami Vivekananda answered all the questions. Sometimes Sharatchandra writes in the same language, including the comma and the full stop. So he asked, how is this possible? And the Swami replied, it is possible by concentration and purity. Anybody can do it. We can all have these powers by concentration of mind. So the secret of concentration of mind is to is to focus, is to do whatever you are doing with the fullest possible attention. To do whatever you are doing, whether you are studying, give full attention to that. If you are not talking with your friend, give full attention to him or to her. If you are painting, if you are driving, give full attention there. If you are meditating on God, give full attention there. It's not easy, but that's the way, and that is the power that not only the Swami, scientists, artists, writers. I was reading about the writing habits of great writers. And all of them, without exception, with people with tremendous concentration. When they write, writers of fiction or whatever, they cut out everything else from their lives. Western writers, Japanese, Indians, Chinese, but they all have one thing in common. When they write, when they get down to writing books, they cut out everything, every distraction from their lives. And it's all about the writing. So focus. And many of them I saw, they cut themselves off from mobiles, internet, things like that. So these things have a distracting influence, they disturb our focus, our concentration. So that's the first great power I want to tell you about, which all of us have. That is the power of concentration, the power of focus. Okay. People are losing focus. Let me quickly tell you about the two other powers I wanted to tell you about. The second power we have got is the power of unselfishness. The power of giving. We generally always want to get. I want to get gifts from parents, I want to get money, I want to get gadgets, I want to get friends, I want to get attention, I want to get praise, I want to get good grades, everything. I want to get from other people. But you know what is the secret of getting? You will get it. Whatever you want, you will get it. The secret is learning how to give, is to give. You want a friend? Once a little girl in a school in India asked me, my problem is I don't have friends. Oh, and how do I get friends? So I said, don't look for friends, be a friend. Be friendly, be a good friend to other people. Don't expect that they are going to be nice to me. Be nice to them. You will find very soon they are nice to you. You want other people to smile at you? What happens when you want the reflection in the mirror to smile at you? What do? Yeah, you smile, and the reflection will smile back at you. In the same way, be nice to the world is nice to you. It really works. You be nice to your friends, to your parents, to your teachers, and they are nice to you. So, it's a reflection. Learn how to give, you will get. You will get 1,000 times more. So the power of unselfishness, the power of sharing, power of doing things for others, that is a great power which we have. You know, like you get the nice thing in your lunchbox, your mom gives it to you for your food, or somewhere you go out. I don't know if kids do that in America, or you have food in the school, in the cafeteria in the school. In India we used to get that. Now there were some kids I saw, something nice they had, they'll take it and eat it themselves, and they will not share. Why? Because if I share, it will be less for me. That's one way of looking at it. And there were other kids I saw, when they got something nice, they would invite others, let me have a little bit, but you also have a little bit, you also have a little bit. So there's this difference. When you have something nice, you can look at it in two ways. One is, if I share, it will be less for me. That's one way of looking at it. The other way is that when I have something nice, it's a power that I have of making other people happy, of doing something for others. When I have something nice, I have money, I have a new toy, I have a new book, I have a new game or something like that. It's a power that I have of making other kids happy too. So if I share with them, I can do it. I can make other people happy. Later on in life, when you have time, give time to others. Give your energy to others. Give a nice smile, a thank you, good behavior to your parents, to your teachers, to your friends. This is what you can give to others. You think, I'm a little kid, what can I give? You can give a lot. You can give a lot. Look around and see what you can do for others. Swami Vivekananda, this young boy came to Swami Vivekananda in India. He said, Swami, I close all the doors and windows of my room and I sit down and meditate, I have no happiness. I don't feel any happiness, any peace of mind. How do I get peace of mind? And the Swami told him, first open the doors and windows of your home. Come out, see people are suffering, some are poor, some are sick, some are homeless. What can you do for them? Do something, if nothing else, a kind word. When you do that, you will find happiness. You cut yourself off from others and be selfishly sitting there quietly closing your eyes, you will not find happiness. So this is the second great power we have of doing things for others, of giving. It will never be less for you. All those who have given, who give to others, who share with others, they have never said that I have lost something by giving others. I always gain. I'm always better off by sharing. Third, first is the power of concentration. Second is the power of and third is a great power of having a goal, a purpose in life. A goal in life, a purpose in life. What kind of person do I want to be? Happy, kind, energetic, enthusiastic. What kind of person do I want to be? What kind of work do I want to do in life? What do I want to achieve in life? You want to go back home? Suppose you want to go back home and you go out and you get a cab or something, and the cab driver says, where to? You say, oh, just like that, let's go on. You'll never do that. You'll say, I want to go that and to that place, and I want to go by this freeway and that way. You tell them so precisely, this is how I want to go. But in life, when you get on the cab of life, where do you want to go? Oh, I don't know. I don't have any idea. Where am I going? Wherever the cab is going, I'm going that way. You know, there's this guy going on a horse, galloping through the village on a horse. They still do that in India. And somebody asked him, where are you going? You're going so fast through the village on a horse, so where are you going? What's the hurry? And the guy on his horse is already past. He looks back and says, I don't know, ask the horse. The same way, we have got on the horse of life. Where is it taking us? I don't know. What are you doing in school? I don't know. Mom put me in school. What are you doing in college? I don't know. My friends go to college, so I'm going to college. What are you doing in life? What's the goal in life? What do you want to be in life? And what do you want to achieve in life? What do you want to get in life? Where do you want to be in life? So have a goal in mind. And it can change. Think about it. What you want in life. Swami Vivekananda said, follow your own highest ideal. There are many things we want in life. Among all of that, find out which is the highest, which is the best. What do you mean by highest? Well, one of the ways of identifying what is highest is, does it do good to other people also, not just to me? If it's something that makes other people happy also, then it's a high thing, that's a good thing. Does it give me something permanent, not something just temporary? That's a sign of something which is high. Something permanent, something which is good for other people. So have a goal in life, that's one great power we have. Most people don't have a goal in life. You know, with this dress I'm wearing, they say I'm a Swami and so on and so forth. But this dress means just one thing, that this guy has a goal. So anybody who wears this dress, if you ask that guy, what's your goal in life? He'll be able to tell you immediately. He may not have gone very far, but that person has a goal. Similarly, anybody who's done anything in life, in business, in art, or in music, or in academics, or whatever, or in spiritual life, always had a definite conscious goal, something they're striving for. So that's a great power. The second great power I told you about was? Giving, unselfishness, yes. The power of giving. That's another thing that Swami Vivekananda teaches us. Good and bad. What is good? He says unselfishness is good. What is bad? He says selfishness is bad. In any situation, you want to see what is good and what is bad, select the unselfish thing. That's good. And avoid the selfish thing. That's bad. And the first great power I told you about? Concentration. Okay, the kids have concentration. So these are three great lessons in life that we learn from Vivekananda, which we can put into life. You may not be a religious person or a spiritual person, but all of us want to be happy and successful in our lives. All of us, if we can, we would like to do something for others. And if you have these three powers, power of concentration, and the power of unselfishness, and the power of a high goal in life, we can do wonders. Even ordinary people can accomplish tremendous things. And these things we have seen again and again in our lives. How ordinary people have done tremendous work because they were doing it for others. They were doing it with tremendous focus, and they were doing it that this is my aim, this is what I want to do. Because of this, they did great things. The opposite was also there. Very talented people, rich parents, intelligent, talented kids. Everything is set in life. Born with a golden spoon, they say, or born with a silver spoon in their mouths. Everything is set in life, and disastrous life. The guy becomes a junkie, or guy doesn't achieve anything, drops out of college, spoils his life and gives problems to others around him. Why? Because he did not use the powers which we all have. That force is within all of us. The force, yes. And what is that force? Concentration, unselfishness, and a goal in life. Okay?
I
think they are shy.
What is the meaning?
Meanings of what you chanted. Okay. Yeah, that's right. You recite, I will explain, I'll tell you the meanings. And it's something that we should all learn. Coming to Sri Ramakrishna and Vivekananda, these pranam mantras, these are mantras of salutation. So, tell me, both of you together, Sthapakai, tell me together, that's the first part. Sthapakai cha dharmasya. The one who establishes religion. Dharma, religion, spirituality. Established. What do you mean establishing? Religion is already there. What else did they do? You see, at some time, people lose faith in religion. Are those things just in books? Are they just theories? Or does God really exist? Can you really see God? Do these practices, prayers, meditation, japa, do they work? Are they real? So, somebody like Sri Krishna, Sri Rama, Sri Ramakrishna, Chaitanya, Jesus, they come to show us that these are real. So, Sthapakai cha dharmasya, who establishes religion means he demonstrates that religion is real. It works, it's really there. The force is there. The next part. Sarva dharma swarupini. So Sri Ramakrishna, as you know, he practiced different religions, different types of Hinduism. He worshipped the Lord Jesus also, Christianity, Islam, and he found that all the religions are true. You should not fight that my religion is true and others are false. There is no need to fight. It is mischievous to criticize other religions and to force one's religion on others. So, Sthapaka cha dharmasya sarva dharma swarupini. He embodies that all religions are true. He embodies the truth of all religions. And we have also found that people from all religions, in their own way, they can accept Sri Ramakrishna because he seems to be the ideal for their religion also. Different people used to come to Dakshineshwar, Christians, Shaktas, worshippers of Divine Mother, worshippers of Shiva, Shaivas, Vedantins, Tantric. So many used to come, and all of them found in Sri Ramakrishna an embodiment of their own particular ideal. Sarva dharma swarupini. What's next? I don't remember. Avatar, thank you. Avatara Varishtaya. Does not mean that Sri Ramakrishna is the best of avatars, but what it means is he is the closest to us. Christopher Isherwood, who was a great writer in Hollywood, he used to come to the ashram many years ago. He translated this as, he says, Yuga Dharma, Yuga Avatara. He says that you are born a child of our time. Sri Ramakrishna was born in our modern time. Krishna, we don't know what he looked like. Rama, we don't know what he looked like. We imagine. Jesus also, we imagine. Even the Prophet Muhammad, we imagine. But Sri Ramakrishna, we have pictures, actual photographs.
Yes.
So his teachings are modern. What he talks about, we can understand. Maybe 1,000 years later again, people won't be able to understand what he talks about. But today we can. So Yuga Dharma. Avatar Varishta in the sense that he is the closest incarnation of God to us. Now what's next? Ramakrishna. This you can understand. I salute Ramakrishna. So I salute Ramakrishna. The next part, Jananim.
Devi.
The Holy Mother Sarada Devi. Ramakrishna. Jananim Saradam Devi. Jagat Guru. And the Sri Ramakrishna, who is the spiritual teacher of the world. Then the next one, Pada Tayoshritva. Correct. See, they remember it so well. Pada Padme Tayoshritva. Keeping their holy feet in my heart, I imagine that they are in my heart, Ramakrishna and Ma Sharada. Then Pranamami Muhurmuhu. I salute them again and again. So I just salute them again and again mentally. Next, Namashri Yatirajaya. I salute Swami Vivekananda, who is like a prince, like a king among sannyasis, Yatiraja. Then, Namashri Yatirajaya. Yes, Vivekananda Sure. Vivekananda, who is like a god. Sura means like a god. So Vivekananda Sure. And? Right. Satchit Sukha Swarupaya. The embodiment of existence, consciousness, bliss. Vedanta, which we will talk about today and tomorrow. Swamine Tapaharine. Tapa means suffering. The Swami who removes our suffering. And then what did you chant after that? Sahana. Sahana Bhavatu. May the Lord protect us all together. The teacher and the taught. Sahano Avatu. May the Lord protect us all together. Sahano. May the Lord give us the fruits of our spiritual practice. May we get the peace and the joy that comes from our spiritual practice. Sahano Bhavatu. Sahaviryam Karavavare. Let us achieve, in spiritual life, let us achieve great heights together. Sahaviryam Karavavare. And finally, Tejasvi Navadhitamastu. Let our study, what we are studying today, Tejasvi means bright. Let it be bright. Let it shine in our lives. Means let it be effective in our lives. Not just we read something or hear something. Let it be effective in our lives. Let us practice it. And Ma Tejasvi Navadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahe. May there be no quarrel, no friction, no bad feelings amongst us. Om, peace, peace, peace. So let us all do this prayer all together, not only just the kids. Sit straight. We'll repeat. Three of us will repeat and everybody will follow together. First we will do it and then others will do it, right? You game?
Yes.
Okay. Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya. Sarvadharma Swarupine Avatara Varisthaya Ramakrishnaya Te Namaha. Jananim Saradam Devi. Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum. Pada Padme Tayoshritva. Pranamami Muhurmuhu. Namah Shri Yatirajaya. Vivekananda Satchit Sukha Swarupaya Swamine Tapaharini and Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Hari Om Tat Sat